I promise y'all, folks, I did a video. You saw the video. I dropped the video. I promise you that today is not rail on Azzi Fudd Day. I swear to God, it is not rail on Azzi Fudd Day. I'm not trying to dog this girl out by any means whatsoever. She's a darn good basketball player, role player nonetheless, but a darn good basketball player. And while I said what I said, this is not about pile on Azzi Fudd Day today. But, the Dallas Wings had a press conference today introducing Azzi Fudd. And, well, it went the way it went. And whenever you want to have a real question in the WNBA on a WNBA topic and ask some real stuff because I don't know, it matters. WNBA is good at shutting it down. They don't like the real questions because they don't want to answer the questions that really all of us care about. We really don't care about your team. We care about the dynamic of the situation, the story that you guys chose to tell when you decided to draft your best player's girlfriend. I mean, that's just what it is. You drafted Paige Bueckers' girlfriend, and you don't think that's a question that's going to get asked in the opening press conference? I mean, this is the time that you would ask it more than any time ever else until they punch each other in the face on the court, or you see them screaming at each other on the court, and then you're like, yo, was there a problem at home today? I mean, because y'all were just yelling at each other over just a turnover. I mean, what gives? So let's jump in, man. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show mind, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell, leave your comments, bruh. So, press conference today. I have not seen it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I saw the whole thing. I probably won't even watch it because I know that the media will give me the proper clips that I need to talk about. And they have done just that. And the question came up today in her press conference. Oh, by the way, did I say be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, hype the video, all that good stuff, comment on this thing? Because I want to know what you think about this. I know I have lived in a situation where I've worked in a company in which a lot of family members were working together, from the owner of the company to her husband to attorneys in the law. It was a law firm. Attorneys in the law firm, their family members working in there. I mean, heck, the entire copy room that we had at the time. I mean, it was like mom, son, daughter. I mean, it was. I don't want to. It was like it was Nepo 101. Nepo 101. I mean, the file room guy and his wife are working in the file room, and the paralegal working the paralegal. I'll be real. I was at a time in my life where I asked my boss at the time, because I worked directly for the owner. I asked, would you hire my ex? This is my ex-wife. Would you hire my ex-wife because she's looking for a job, and it's tough out there right now? This is being completely transparent. I don't bullshit y'all. I had to go through the grand freaking inquisition to get my ex-wife a job at a company in which I was one of the initial employees at, while these people are working all over the company, and no one's going through this grand inquisition that I'm going through, and I know it for a fact because I asked me, did you get bothered about your wife or your? No, I had. Well, you can't be involved in this. You can't be involved in that. You can't be involved in this. And then eventually one day they asked me to fire her. I mean, no bullshit. They asked me to fire her because they didn't like something that she had done. And I'm like, first of all, now obviously you created a bad situation for me, but you're not firing these other people who are massively screwing up all over the place. Made a mistake, fine, whatever. But you told me to stay out of it, right? You told me to stay out of it. That's why relationships in business, in working together, in having jobs and working with your partner in a job, unless you own it. So when I say, okay, yo, Paige and Azzi, y'all can work together. Do you own the company? Sure, no problem. It's your company. But working as an employee and having your significant other working in that company, unless you're talking about you're working at Amazon where there's a gazillion employees and you'll never see each other, you're just having to work in the same company, but you never see each other, you don't even talk to each other, all that shit. This ain't that. And that's not the case for most situations in business. Smaller businesses, you hire this person, that person. You're not hiring this person and hiring their wife or their girlfriend or their sister or their brother. But typically we're talking about husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend type stuff. Well, today, Azzi Fudd, in her opening interview, gets asked this question. Let's take a listen. Courtesy of the Sporting News.
Talked to any other couples in the league about how they...
Hold on, here we go.
Paige announced last year on TikTok that y'all were a couple. And I'm wondering if that is still the case. And if so, if y'all have talked to any other couples in the league about how they negotiate that dynamic as pro teammates.
I understand why you have to ask that question, but we're going to respectfully decline from commenting on our players' personal lives. But next question.
All right. First of all, that is a Dallas Wings PR person saying, let's play it again.
Paige announced last year on TikTok that y'all were a couple. And I'm wondering if that is still the case. And if so, if y'all have talked to any other couples in the league about how they negotiate that dynamic as pro teammates.
I understand why you have to ask that question, but we're going to respectfully decline from commenting on our players' personal lives. But next question.
Okay. All right. Let's jump in. The reporter asked the player, right? The reporter asked the player. The reporter didn't ask you, lady. The reporter didn't ask the coach of the Dallas Wings. The reporter didn't ask the GM of the Dallas Wings. The reporter didn't ask the owner of the Dallas Wings. The reporter didn't even ask a teammate of the players. They asked the actual player involved a very, very simple question. Have you had a chance to talk to any other players in the league who are in relationships with other people in the league or on the same team type of deal? And how do they deal with it? Why is that not something that you can answer? It's honestly yes or no. So if it's no, I haven't, then okay, the question's been answered. If it's yes, well, now I got to follow up in, well, what did you learn from that conversation and how to approach this situation? Because this is not college anymore. You are a professional. You are a professional. It's not UConn anymore. It's not Storrs, Connecticut, where you're going to be protected all the time by Gino Auriemma. You are a pro. And sitting in here and having, like, basically treating this like it's college basketball where the SID jumps up and says, no, we're not answering that question. What are you talking about? This is her girlfriend put this shit out there on Front Street. Paige Bueckers told the world this stuff. This isn't unknown. Are you together? Are you not together? Like, what is the problem in asking if you're even together right now? We don't even know. We presume you are, but we don't really know. No. And the fact that she's sitting there and like not able to answer also just looks so bad, in my opinion. Because the fact remains, you are in a working environment. You were both number one picks in the WNBA draft 1 year to the next, and you're sitting here in the damn media relations person saying we're not going to talk about players' lives. It's her life. It's her choice to talk about her life. How is it yours? It's her choice. If she says, well, I'm not going to answer that question, no problem. But again, what are you protecting a grown-ass woman from answering a question that is a legitimate question? Because in the grand scheme of things, people dating each other at jobs is generally bad. It usually does not work out well. Dating. Married, a little bit different. Dating, big problem. Because boyfriends and girlfriends have stupid arguments all the time. And I heard it from the Mid-Majors podcast themselves. Problems in the locker room. You know when these girls are having a fight. You know when there's beef in the house because they take it into the locker room and there's big problems. And there's problems. You could have that with a married couple too, but this is a dating situation where it's a lot easier to say, man, fuck that bitch and walk away. I asked the question, are they living together? They're 22, 23, 24 years old. They should not be living together, to be honest. They should be living separately. At this age, they should be living separately, in my opinion. I don't care what they might have done at UConn. In my opinion, they should probably be living separately. Most people aren't living together at 22, 23, 24 as couples. That's dangerous, bro. That's not wise. So the fact that they're blocking the question, are they going to block the question every single time it's asked? Because it's going to get asked again. The relationship question will get asked again and again and again and again and again until it gets answered. Because if one or both of them are playing poorly, well, what do you think is going to get asked? Is there a problem at home? People say all the time when they're preparing for this, for that, the third, a lot of stuff going on at home, man. My focus wasn't there. You're in a fight. You're a pro boxer, a combat athlete, or whatever. Well, what's going on? Well, it was a rough day. Training camp sucked. I didn't get to prepare the way I wanted to. Going through some stuff in my house. With girl, blah, 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 blah. All that shit. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. I just think it's a really weak ass approach. And that's the thing with the WNBA. They weak ass approach shit. Let her answer. Let her answer. You don't jump in like she's 5 years old. She's a grown woman. Let her answer or not answer. But you jumping in like you're to protect her from answering a basic ass question. This is what goes on in this league. You just drafted her number 1 in the WNBA draft. And we all know this shit was rigged. We all know this thing got rigged to draft her to Dallas when literally 5 days ago, she wasn't even the projected number 1 pick. And then 3 days later, she's projected at number 1 again. Come on, man. Come on now. We weren't born yesterday. Listen, look at some of these comments right here. The Wings team, media team, shut down a question asking about the relationship with the Azzi Fudd Paige Bueckers. Someone says, she's too fine to be eating catnip. She says, I don't remember anyone asking Tosh and Izzy or Dewana or Alyssa. You don't remember it because you don't even remember when they got drafted. They were not drafted as the number 1 pick in the draft a year apart. What are you talking about? See, you don't even know what you're talking about. These 2 players were drafted number 1 pick in the draft back-to-back years. And realistically, this one shouldn't have been drafted number 1. What are you talking about? You don't think that the Connecticut Sun had conversations with them? I presume they did. I presume Dallas has had conversations with these 2. But what are you talking about? Preach? Preach what? Well, Diana Taurasi and Penny were in relation most of their careers. They're married. They're married. And remember, nobody was watching this shit. Like, you cannot make comparisons to 15 years ago when nobody was watching this shit and they were making $40,000 a year, or a season. Nobody was watching it. Now you got millions of people watching the product, and it is still a different lifestyle to 95% of the freaking United States of America. This dichotomy of same-sex relationship is still realistically only 5 to 10% of the country. So yeah, we got questions. It's not a dumb question. It's not a dumb question. You know people that think it's a dumb question? Well, you're the dumb ones because it's not a dumb question. More weird things to people who barely watch 1 to 2 games. He's a media member at Media Day for the first round pick. I guarantee you the guy that asked that question is not just watching 1 to 2 games a year. Men constantly saying they don't watch women's sports. We do watch women's sports. Men carry women's sports. That's why this thing is turned into something. Who do you think's watching you? Who do you think turned on Caitlin Clark? It's dudes. It's always been dudes. Dudes carry women's sports in every sport, not just basketball, in track, in volleyball, in tennis, in golf, in softball. Men are the ones watching the sport. That's just real. And someone says, yes, they did ask them about it with Tasha and Izzy and Dewana and Alyssa. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Were both of them the number 1 draft picks? I don't know. So I'm truthfully asking. They've posted TikToks and everything together. The longer you decline to answer, the more they'll ask. Yes. Yes. Why are you avoiding it? Like, come on, man. These things have been asked. Of course they're going to be asked. There's no privacy thing here. The girl got drafted number 1 in the draft. It's not private. If you watch last season, you see Paige and her walking hand in hand, leaving the arena. It's not private. They made it public. They could have made it public when they got married, if they were to get married. They made it public. So yes, you are, and people are buying tickets to watch them play. I love how people say it's none of your business. It is absolutely. You're not working in an office. You're working in a show, in a production. You're working for a team. You're selling tickets. You're on a court together. They brought their personal lives to the table by opting to date in the same league and now the same team. I understand why he asked. Additionally, most professional clubs do not allow this dynamic. I understand why he asked. Wish them well, but clearly in real life, it's love and basketball. Here we go. That's effing BS. Answer the question. Soft ass league where now they're making business decisions based on players that date each other. In what other business is that allowed or condoned? I know it's widespread, but not like this. Let's see what. Do men ask about their relationships in an introduction? I don't remember this, honestly, but I will tell you this. When Michael Sam got drafted into the NFL, the first known gay football player to get drafted in the NFL, he got asked about it. What do you think? He got asked about it. Of course he got asked about it. He was sitting here. Yes, of course, the whole damn press conference was probably all about that. He got asked about it on his draft day. They talk about fucking Caitlin Clark's relationship with her boyfriend every damn day of the year. It seems to be public knowledge. I asked, Do they ask about any of their relationships? It doesn't matter who their partner is. Yes, they do. They do. They absolutely. They've been asking about Angel Reese dating this damn NBA player Wendell Clark. Like, you made it public. See, y'all tripping. People do ask these questions. Angel Reese has been asked about her dating life a million times. The players make it personal. I'm sorry. So I think at the end of the day, if you don't understand why a question like this is asked, then then you're just clearly playing the fool. You're clearly playing naive. You're clearly doing that, and it's ridiculous. But hey, what do y'all think in the comments, man? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, type the video. I appreciate you. Share the video, because this is craziness. Like, this is day one, and we're already here. Day one, and they're preventing her from answering a question. She's a grown-ass woman. And you don't think that there were two dudes that got drafted number one in the draft back-to-back years, and their gay relationship was publicly known, and they got drafted to the same damn basketball team or football team or baseball team or wherever, that would not be a question on day one, beyond the fact that they're already been, oh my God, we got gay dudes a couple of gay dudes on this in the NBA. Like, a lot of stuff is known probably privately that this guy might be gay. There are no announced gay men in the NBA. I don't believe there's any announced gay men like people know publicly, like been announced by that player. But can you imagine if a player is announced and then on top of that, he gets drafted number one in the draft, and then a year later his team drafts his boyfriend number one? You don't think that's a question that's going to come up? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? It would come up way more than this. But what do y'all think? Hit the like button, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.